Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're doing a deep dive into some material we received. It looks like promotional text from an IELTS training and overseas education consultancy.
That's right. I think it mentions LetzStudy or similar name.
Yeah, something like that. And our mission really is to get a handle on what this kind of service claims it offers. For someone thinking about studying or working, maybe settling abroad.
And it seems the starting point, the big focus, is the IELTS test.
Exactly. Crucial first step. So if you're maybe considering that international move, getting what these services are about seems pretty key.
hmm And the source material, it doesn't just frame IELTS as, one test among many. It really positions it as the gateway.
A gateway. Interesting. A gateway to what exactly, according to them?
Well, it claims it opens doors to world-class education, for one,
Okay.
and also international job opportunities and even pathways to migration or permanent residency, PR, as they often call it.
Appeal.
They seem to view it as that essential first step towards, well, their words are international dreams and building a global future.
So it's not just about passing a test. It's framed as foundational for a whole life change.
Precisely. It's about the bigger picture they're selling.
Okay. And the source material suggests they offer, well, a lot more than just the test prep itself, right? They mention a complete roadmap.
Yeah, a complete roadmap. That's a pretty bold claim.
It is. So what does that roadmap actually cover? What are the stages, according to this text?
Well, naturally, it kicks off with the IELTS preparation. They talk about things like personalized study plans.
Okay, so tailored learning.
Seems like it, yeah. Maybe based on where you're currently at. And experienced certified trainers, flexible classes online, offline mock tests, feedback, the usual prep stuff.
But they also get specific about scores, don't they?
They do. They mention strategies for hitting, like Band 8 plus or Band 7.5 plus.
Which are quite high scores on the IELTS scale, right? Goes up to 9?
Exactly. Band 7.5, Band 8, those are strong schools, often needed for, competitive universities or certain visa types. They even mention focused speaking sessions aiming for native-like fluency.
Okay. Plus materials, practice routines. Seems thorough on the test prep front.
Yeah, it covers that part quite extensively.
So once you hopefully get that score,
Yeah.
what's next on this roadmap? What happens after IELTS based on this source?
Right. This is where the overseas education partner bit comes in more strongly. The source says once IELTS is sorted, they help with critical things like choosing the right country and university.
Makes sense.
Then they move into helping with the actual applications. They specifically mention help with SOPs.
Statements of purpose.
Yeah, those essays explaining your goals, and Laura's letters of recommendation, assisting with applying to top universities, maybe even scholarship help.
Okay, so helping you get into the institution. What about the trickier parts, like actually moving?
This is where that end-to-end idea they push becomes clearer. According to the source, they provide guidance, documentation help for the visa process.
Which, as anyone knows, can be a real headache. Very complex.
Definitely. And interestingly, they even claim to assist with practical things like finding accommodation and travel prep.
Wow. Okay, so that really does sound like they're presenting it as a full package deal, from the test right through to landing there.
Pretty much. And the source lists reasons why you'd choose them, key selling points.
Like what? What do they emphasize?
They really lean on their proven track record, mentioning students getting those high bands, 7.5 plus OID 8.0.
Okay, results.
And that end-to-end guidance is stressed as a major benefit. Like, they're your one point of contact managing the whole journey. They also throw in affordability, flexible timings, one-on-one mentoring.
And I think I saw some examples in there to kind of back up those claims.
Yeah, they do. They mention an Anjali M. apparently scored an 8.0, got into University of Melbourne. That supports the high score and admission claim.
Right.
And a Rakesh S., who supposedly found the visa process stress-free with their help. That speaks directly to simplifying the admin side of things.
Got it. So those examples are there to add, credibility, making the outcomes seem real.
Exactly. And the material wraps up by saying something quite inviting, like your international dream is one step away, and you should contact them to make it real, build your global future together.
Okay. So if we pull all this together, based purely on this promotional source, the core idea from a consultancy like this is they're your comprehensive guide, your facilitator.
They're saying they handle it all. From getting that English score sorted through applications, visas,
Yeah.
even finding a place to stay initially.
Promising high scores, simplifying what definitely feels like a multi-step, complex, maybe overwhelming process if you try to do it all alone.
Right. They position themselves as that single integrated partner to ease the whole journey towards studying or living overseas. It really does underline just how much planning and, well, support can go into a big international move.
It certainly does. And it makes you think. Given how comprehensive these services claim to be, covering everything from the test to settling in, what part of building that global future do you think actually needs the most careful planning and personal effort, even if you do have professional help, something for you, the listener, to maybe mull over?